Hey kids, welcome in. Hope everybody's doing all right out there in Tarot Land tonight. All right, I hope you all are doing well. It is October 3rd and it is 8:55 p.m. Pacific time. Hope everybody's having a good night. We're going to start with a rune tonight because right before I clicked live, I heard somebody wants to hear a bedtime story tonight. So, let me wet my whistle and I shall start with a rune. Oh, but first, we've hit that minute mark. So, welcome in, witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I am Karma's right hand, and this is the Underdog Ministry. Thank you for being here with me tonight. I appreciate you. So, hope everybody's doing all right. Let's pull this rune first and foremost, okay? Somebody wants to hear a bedtime story. Oh, and before I read the bedtime story, it's got to be the disclaimer portion of the reading, right? This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a lawyer. I am not a legal professional by any means. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a paralegal. I am nothing in the professional legal world. I am not a medical professional, and I am not a therapist. I am a licensed minister. I'm a spiritual professional. Everything that you see here is given, all the advice that is given here is in the spiritual context. Does not supersede other professional advice, okay? If it leads you to other professional advice, let it lead you there. Don't let it replace it, okay? Also, the comment section is a First Amendment zone. You can say what you want, but it's going to be there forever. Just remember that. I preserve the live chat comments. You guys, 2:22 on the clock. All right. So be kind to each other. Be respectful to each other. If you're racist, homophobic, misogynistic, or you threaten people, I'm going to make a big deal about it. And you're going to get the attention that you thought you wanted, but really aren't prepared to handle. Okay? Okay. All right. So let's get to this room first and foremost. Then after that, I'm going to roll the dice. So there's going to be a bunch of little noise here for a little while. Somebody wants a bedtime story tonight. I reset my table. Everything feels good in here right now. All right, so this is the rune that we've got out in the orientation that it came out. So let's read. So this rune is the rune of separation. Othila, separation, retreat, or inheritance is what this rune means. In this orientation, it is in the upright. This is a time of separating paths. Old skins must be shed, outmoded relationships discarded. When you receive this rune, a peeling away is called for. Part of the cycle of initiation, Othila is a rune of radical severance. The appropriate action here is submission and, quite possibly, retreat. Knowing how and when to retreat and possessing the firmness of will to carry it out. Real property is associated with Othila, for it is the rune of acquisition and benefits. However, the benefits you receive, the inheritance, may be derived from something that you must give up. This can be particularly demanding when what you are called upon to abandon is some aspect of your behavior, a part of your cultural inheritance. For then you must look closely at what until now you have proudly claimed as your birthright. Whether it is your attachment to your position in society, the work you do, or even to your beliefs about your own nature, the separation called for will free you to become more truly who you are. So somebody has to let go of something, someone, a way of being, a way of thinking, a way of doing. There's something that needs to be let go of. And it might just be the illusion of control over their life. Okay. I want to take just a minute to thank everybody that is in the chat tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Be kind to each other, please. Please. Just please be kind to each other. Don't be buttheads. And if I catch an offhand comment, because I really don't focus on the chat. It's super small and my eyes take a minute. And I have to go like this to read it, and it looks really funny on camera. So I try to avoid that. But if I do catch something out of the corner of my eye, and it's somebody that really wants attention bad enough to be a Yahoo, they're going to get attention like a Yahoo. Okay? All right, so I'm going to start out, and I'm going to pull one card out of this deck. All right? Just one. There it is. Okay, the card that came out of this deck is Spirit of the Mountains, Breasts of the Goddess. Okay, so we've got something that needs to be let go of, and something that is calling somebody to rise or ascend or climb, that is going to nurture them or nurture their inner child here. Okay, so that's where we're starting out. We've got somebody that has to let go of something or separate from a part of themselves or a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of doing or approaching things. And they're being called to a higher level of being that will nurture them in the long run. Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse are the first two cards out. Can you guys see the table? There we go. So with that, there's two sides of this situation. There's somebody who's being called to let go of something that they're holding on tightly to. It makes them feel comforted. It makes them feel, I don't know, they're kind of stubborn about it. Like they're holding on for dear, like it's a security blanket, or like it's maybe out of stubbornness. Okay, that somebody's really holding on to something from their past. And here they've got to really, it's almost like they've got to get nasty about something where they don't want to. Somebody has to let go of worrying about being the bad guy possibly here. We've got stubbornness in both of these cards. It's like we've got some sort of stalemate, some sort of butting of heads here, and something just needs to be let go of. For something to go, like for another person to be able to climb, or for the person that needs to let go of something to be able to elevate. But they're being stubborn. There's stubbornness in both sides of this coin. It's like they have to take what's a negative trait about them and use it to do something positive for themselves. Like they have to take their willfulness or their that butting of heads energy, like head to head, like going directly against somebody, just going constantly like this. And instead of doing that, they have to take that and apply that stubbornness to their will for their own ascension here. Instead of being combative, they have to be proactive. And they have to apply that stubbornness in a positive light. They have to turn that negative trait about themselves into something positive here. And then we've got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So that's going to be something that nobody expects. This stubbornness has created miscommunication in the past. And now this stubbornness is being seen as maybe not necessarily a negative thing, but more of a tenacity instead of like willful disobedience, okay? Somebody doesn't, they're like a dog with a bone. They don't let go of something. Once they get a hold of something, they can't let it go. I get that. I can ruminate. I can get on that rumination wheel, the hamster wheel, really badly. If I don't understand a concept and I really want to understand it, I'll drive myself into the ground trying to make my brain register. What the fuck does this mean? Why does it mean that? Help me understand how it's supposed to apply to my life. And then once all of that's solved, it's like, oh, okay. But until then, it's like, oh my God, I gotta know. Somebody's in that same kind of energy here. And instead of like stubbornness, it's tenacity. Instead of willfully going against the grain, it's pursuing a goal with reckless abandon. It's the same energy. Chariot in the reverse. There's a whole lot of reversals. This whole deck in the reverse? No. No, it's not. So somebody's doing this willful stubbornness, this pessimism, this laziness, this balking at opportunities. Like, oh yeah, haha, no, just kidding. Like, I'm at bat, tap. They're not going to hit it out of the park like that, okay? This person here, it's just like they're trying to turn their negative personality traits into positive ones. But even on this side of things, that tenacity is not being received well. And over here, it's being seen like in their negative personality characteristics, this person's being seen as somebody who doesn't know where they're going, what they're doing. They're being seen as kind of lazy, lacking direction. They're not going anywhere. This person's, not expected much of this person, really. And they're really not, they don't produce much. They don't chase their ideas. They don't communicate well. They create a lot of confusion. That's a issue that's preventing, my tongue is tied tonight, preventing them from ascending here. Then we've got the Five of Wands. And this person's really competitive. And it's like, instead of competing with themselves to be better every day, they're competing with other people or seeing people that they perceive as having achieved more than them already as competition instead of inspiration. Okay? Instead of looking at somebody who's climbed Mount Everest before, that's in their same work group or whatever, and going, man, how did you train for that? What kind of work did you put in? How hard, like being appreciative of somebody's accomplishment because they could never possibly do that themselves. No, this person's envious. How did you manage to do that? They're negging. They're like talking down to somebody because they're achieved something that they haven't achieved yet. So this person's really trying to be tenacious, but their willful, stubborn ignorance is showing through in this tenacity. It's not in the upright. It's like out of spite. Okay? And this person with no direction, still trying to be forceful. Okay? Still trying to exert their will over somebody who's climbed beyond them. It's like they're trying to lasso to somebody else's ascent. And they're trying to create all kinds of obstacles for this person on that rise, okay? They're creating conflict. They're creating different types of chaos and just combativeness. We've got, this person's an op, straight up. Like, no matter whether or not they're trying to do or pursue something with, like, tenacity over here. They're turning this stubbornness or this willful like willful application of their I don't have to, I'm an adult. Okay? This person doesn't want to apply any kind of self-discipline, basically. They have no direction. They have no ambition. They lack dreams, they lack goals. They're not productive. This person just causes problems in somebody else's life that is productive. Okay? That's not a good thing. That's not a good start to this reading. Come on, Spirit, give me some good news about this. Show me something good. Come on. Show me something good. Woo! All right. So this person that's trying to slow down someone's ascent has slowed down their own ascent. They'll never peak this way. They'll never reach the top. Space, creativity, cleanse, and rest. Somebody's being told straight up, you've achieved something here. The surrounding energy around you has done all the most trying to stop you from hitting your creative peak. They have no idea how much space that you have held for them. It's like there's a group of conflict, or not necessarily a group of people working together, but it's like everywhere you go. It's in every environment. It's at the grocery store. It's at your school. It's at your office. It's at your family reunions. It's at the, the carpool. It's at the soccer game. It's at the after school program. It's whatever, but it's always there. It's always in your space. You have got to take some time now that you've achieved something with your creativity. You are at your peak of creativity right now. And people have to give you a wide berth. They have to just keep it arm's length with you. And this might be what you're letting go of, is all of the contention in your life, all of the chaos, all of the drivers of conflict in your life, all of the people that try to keep you at the bottom of the hill. And we all know that shit rolls downhill. Okay? You're at the top. The shit ain't with you. The shit's down there with them. It's time for you to take some sort of spiritual retreat. You need to cleanse your energy. You need to cleanse your mind. You need to rest your body. You need to rejuvenate your soul. And you need to appreciate the view for a while. And it's okay. The people that climb Mount Everest don't feel bad that others haven't hit that peak. The people that get their master's degrees don't feel bad that people with associates haven't got there yet. I'm working my way that way. If I could ever pass the math class, right? But this is what I'm saying. There's somebody here, which is you, your energy, the central part, the central theme, the very first card out, is somebody that has followed their spiritual path to ascension and reached some sort of peak or plateau. You're at a place right now where you're supposed to cleanse your spirit and rest and rejuvenate from everything you've survived, everything you've overcome, all of the battles you've won, especially the battles that you've lost, but you seem to have become victorious in a war here. You have climbed the mountain. You have reached your peak of creativity against all odds here. And you're still holding space for the yahoos that held you back. Ghost in reverse. You're haunting these people in not a good way. fear is right underneath that, y'all. These people are terrified. Who is this energy? We've got a Knight of Pentacles. We've got an Emperor. We've got a Chariot in reverse. We've got a Five of Wands here. It's like this, there's just a whole group, and none of it's connected to the other one. Because we got Pentacles, which is like tangible stuff. We've got, the things that people do, think, have, money, intellectual property, physical property, shit like that. This is power. This is, with the Emperor, we've got fire energy. So we've got real dominant energy. We've got passionate energy, anger, lust, love, control, all of the more heated vices, right? And then with the Wands energy, we've got literally 5 people just beating the shit out of each other over stuff they know nothing about. Taking action, but they don't know why. They're just contentious people. They don't know why they're coming after you. They don't know why. But every person here that's done something lacks direction in their own life. They lack self-control. They have no discipline to peak on a climb like you have. And I think that's why they're fighting about it. It's weird. It's weird. It's almost, I don't know. It's almost like when you're at a birthday party and the kid gets a present that you really want in your life, and you know that your parents are never going to be able to afford it, and you're just like green with envy. Okay? Like that's a peak that you may never achieve, and somebody's really pissed. Even though it's like, did you really intend on climbing Mount Everest with your life? Did you train for it? Like, did you really put the effort in? Did you take the time? Did you set a goal and somebody kicked your ass out of that goal and you're disappointed? No? That was never a goal you set for yourself? Then why are you jealous about it? It was never something that you ever wanted to do with your life, to climb this specific mountain. No? That wasn't your mountain to climb and you're still mad about it? That's some real, I don't know how we call it, small folk stuff. Okay? We got water on the cut and shift. The tide's about to turn. The tide's about to turn. Everything that came against somebody that was just trying to climb out of a bunch of shit. Okay? Because shit rolls downhill. You just wanted to clean your life up. You wanted to get some peace and quiet. You wanted to ghost the situation. And now the way that you have climbed and what you have achieved evidently is terrifying to everybody that you ghosted in the past. Your creativity is at its peak, and people that you are still holding space for are still trying to come against your creativity here. And it's weird at this point. It's weird. Psychic. You've hit your peak. Somebody has gifts. Somebody has gifts, and that is what is the big bone of contention. This is a mountain nobody ever intended to climb because it's literally something that very few people have. It's not like, oh, Budweiser makes beer. I like beer too. Let me make my own beer, and there, I'm a beer maker. That's not your mountain to climb. You are not, it's not like you can hop on a bandwagon and be like, oh, Nike makes shoes? I'm going to just hop on the sewing machine and fucking whip some leather together and stitch my own fucking Nikes up, and then I'm going to be famous, right? No, that's not your mountain to climb. Somebody is not Uh, Being psychic is not something that you should necessarily want. Okay, like I said, this is not necessarily a mountain that somebody wanted to climb. They never saw being psychic as being their Mount Everest. Fuck, let me do that, please. Let me train for that. Let me, run the marathon. Let me climb the mountain. Let me lift the weights. Let me freeze my ass off. Let me carry the extra oxygen so I can breathe above 15,000 feet. No. Nobody accounts for the fact that sometimes when you're at that high elevation, it's tough to fucking breathe. It's tough to breathe. Okay? So, it ain't somebody's mountain to climb. We have magic and earth. We've got an earth sign or somebody that's very grounded, that is very rooted in their psychic gifts and their magical capabilities here. That's their mountain to climb. And oh my God, the pain and the torture that comes with that. Let me tell you some shit. Affluence. It's not like Hollywood makes it look. It's not pretty. Time in reverse. You can't go backwards ever. Once you set out on this pathway, there's no turning back time. And certain people try for it and drive themselves crazy because it's not their mountain to climb. Think about going above 15,000 feet without oxygen. You're going to go crazy and you're going to get very sick and you may just die. That's what's going to happen with this individual or these individuals that are trying to pursue a path up a mountain that was never theirs to climb. That's too many. Way too many. But message and focus were the ones that I saw when I was picking those up. Safe travel. So the deal here with this is, because of the climb this person has made, because of their gifts, because the things they've survived, is not pretty. This is not Hollywood. This is not like, oh my God, I want to be famous. This is not affluence. Trust and believe. This shit's scary. This shit's tough. This shit can kill you. Is it the mountain you want to climb? Just be sure of that, because once you think that you're going to put yourself on that path, if it's not your path to travel on, you can't turn back time and you will lose your mind. Cleanse is over here and cleansing is at the bottom of the deck on this card here. Somebody has approached something they should have never started toying with. Somebody's really kind of fucked themselves up is what I'm hearing here. Trying to slow you down on an ascent that was literally carved out for you specifically. Psychic, magic, earth. Boom. Spirit of the mountains. This is somebody who was born to ascend, born for the climb. Isn't that a song by Miley Cyrus? Somebody's got dreams, and there's a whole group, and none of them are related to each other. It's like this person doesn't know this person, doesn't know this person, these people don't know those people. But they are all involved with slowing down somebody's personal spiritual ascension. And it's really kind of fucking weird. It's really weird. These people see themselves as some sort of high society with this affluence here, and you don't belong. If they're so high society, why are they trying to drag you backwards down the mountain that they could never climb? It's not their mountain to climb. Flexible in reverse and breathe in reverse. Oh, bend until you break. choke. They don't want you. They want you up there with no oxygen. They want you up there with no safety net. They want you up there and unable to thrive. That's the funny part. They want you to be easy to drag down. And you're not. You're like a mountain goat. Message in a bottle in the reverse. Somebody's SOS was ignored. Somebody's SOS was ignored, so they climbed on their own. And now everybody that you sent an SOS to that never thought you'd ever amount to anything with Imagine in reverse, could never think that you'd ever amount to shit. Right? Figure that you couldn't bend anymore, that you'd break eventually, that you'd run out of oxygen, you'd run out of tenacity to keep going. Never imagined that you'd make it to the top. TikTok, time's up. Time's up. Somebody just says, ta-da! Here's the deal. Somebody at the top of the mountain can see all the shit that is rolled downhill to those that tried to keep them dragged down with them. This person with their psychic abilities, okay? This person that's magically protected and extremely grounded from those in high society that think that they want to just go back in time, okay? They're not going to be able to do that. You can't unroll the shit up the hill. We are not Sisyphus with shit. It's not happening. You made your climb and you let your ball of shit roll downhill. You're standing up there enjoying the view. You knew you were going to get there. You're a psychic. You saw it happening. You knew what they were doing to keep you down. You kept climbing. You knew that you were divinely protected and that you would get there with safe travel. Okay? Flexibility in reverse and breathe in reverse. You are never going to be able to bend that far without breaking. You'll run out of air soon. You'll run out of oxygen. You'll run out of staying force. You'll run out of life. Something. Somebody still didn't get the message that you would make it to the top. They never imagined. They couldn't fathom that you would hit the tip of the top of the spirit of the mountain. That you would peak in your creativity. Time's up. Tick-tock. Alarm bells are ringing for somebody. They're in fear. Somebody you ghosted is in fear that you have peaked. And they're stuck between worlds. They can't go with you. They can't go with you. This is one of those people that didn't prepare for the climb. This is one of the people that was a naysayer in whatever you imagined for yourself here. Let's get a real uplifting card to finish. Because somebody peaked. Somebody made their goal. Somebody hit their target. Somebody got to where they were trying to go despite the climb, despite the setbacks, despite the extra weight from people trying to tether themselves to this ascent. Being dragged down like being a ballast holding you from your full float if you're a hot air balloon. Like you got to cut some of these cords. You've got to cut some of these cords. What did I say about a hot air balloon? Time's up. Time's up. You have peaked in your creativity. Breath of the cosmos. Breath of the mountains. Spirit of the mountains. Breath of the goddess. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Remember what I said. Somebody wanted full control over whatever you were doing up here with this Emperor energy. Maybe control of themselves. But it was more like they wanted control over your climb. The universe had other plans for you. You made it to your peak. You made it where you're supposed to go. You're safe. Star Brothers, protection, safety, loyalty, trust. I just said you're safe. You have divine protectors around you. The universe is not letting anybody who thinks they're affluential, okay, who thinks they're high society, come for you. You are protected. Star ancestors are here. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. There's a reason you're psychic. There's a reason that you are magically protected here. There's a reason you're grounded enough to climb so high. And there's a reason you can't go backwards. It is something has been kept from you. Something that you've never been told. Something that you don't know, would never know. And your psychic gifts have revealed it. You have to look a little deeper. You have honed in on something that you aren't aware is associated with yourself. The 7 Star Sisters is here. Tapestry of life, expression, birthing creations. This is a whole chunk. I'm not taking all 5 of those. Okay, so we've got, it's like there's something inside yourself that will help you on your next climb. Now, see, nobody's sitting at the peak of the mountain planning their next year of training. Nobody wins the Super Bowl and says, I'm going to be at practice tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. They're like, fuck no, I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to party. I'm going to enjoy myself, right? This is your Disneyland moment. You need to cleanse, rest, reset. People are terrified. People that you ghosted, the people that you don't even acknowledge as existing, you look right through them, are frightened of you. They know that your psychic gifts are the truth. They know that you're magically protected. They know that you're grounded enough to have made some sort of fantastic ascent and hit your peak of creativity. Doesn't matter how high society these people are. You can't go back in time and untreat somebody the way that you treated them, no matter whether or not it was part of their climb or their training or their ascension process. You still did what you did. You still said what you said, and this person will always remember it. And they're going to always be able to express it, to create new things. This person is going to use their wisdom. They're going to use the things that were kept secret once they find those out to create more new things. This person is being protected from something right now. They're being told that they need to rest because whatever they're about to find out is the next climb, and they need to be able to celebrate a little bit before they get on that ascension process. So Spirit's kind of holding it back from them. And then one more card. Give me an angel message for the ride out, Spirit, please, and thank you. This person who has made this climb despite all the odds, despite multiple people that are unrelated to each other doing the exact same thing in their life. It's like an energy has hopped from group to group to group, from person to person to person. Angel of emotional balance just fell out. I'm not even going to keep going. It's there. I'm able to identify my feelings and resolve unsettling emotions. Negativity flows away effortlessly and lovingly. My emotional body is awash with positive energy, and I enjoy a sense of balance. Safe travel over or on water is a certainty. All right, and the stone associated with this is aquamarine. Are your emotions in turmoil? Are you feeling uneasy? Spend time at the water's edge to regain emotional balance. Clear away any negative energy you may have accumulated from unsettling conversations or negative internal dialogue. Somebody here needs to go appreciate what they've done. Get over all the things that people have said, those unsettling conversations, negative energy that people have projected while you're on this climb. Every stone you stumbled over, every you know, step or slide back that you've had, every stumble, you made it to the top of whatever you're doing here. You have peaked at a moment in your life of creativity, and your gifts of being some sort of psychic, some sort of magically protected, super grounded person who does not give two shits about high society, told high society you cannot go back in time and erase all the stumbling blocks that you were on my climb. 40, 49 on the clock. Because there ain't nothing finer than a 49er. I don't care if they're winning or losing. I'm not even watching football. I don't have TV right now. I haven't watched my television for like months. But I'll always be a diehard 49er fan. Segue. Had nothing to do with the reading. This has been really interesting here, you guys. There's a lot of talented, spiritual artists out here. Gifted people who are being held back by energies like this. Who are being held back by the powers that be. Are being held back by people who want them to bend so far that they snap and they break. Who want them to not be able to get a moment's peace, not be able to breathe, to run out of air, run out of life, run out of oxygen, to not be able to think or create anything. Well, they never thought that these people already knew what they were going to be coming up against when they started the climb. They trained for it. They were prepared. They brought the extra oxygen. They brought the little razzle dazzle, okay? Little razzle dazzle. Brought the little razzle dazzle, and they stayed chill. They kept calm, and they carried on. They kept on their climb. They were protected while it was going on. And now they're being told, it's break time. It's break time before you break time. All right, you guys, I'm closing the reading. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're fucking rad. You're awesome. If this reading resonates with you, marinate on it. If it doesn't resonate with you, stay tuned. I'm sure there's one that will soon. All right, you guys? And let's see. Let's tap into the comments for a second. Thank you, CK. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Marla. How are you? How can a reading apply to more than one person? Because the energy might be, one part of the story might be for one person. Another part of the story might be for another person. Literally one sentence could be something that somebody's grandmother said 30 fucking years ago that I've never met before, and they've been dead for 25 of those 30 years. And it could be a saying. And it could just be a message that somebody needed to hear from their dead loved one. Who knows? That's how it can happen. For real. Oh shit. My battery's going low, you guys. It's not cutting out yet. It's not dead yet, but it's going to start cutting in and out on the live because it's, draining. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And if I can manage to not be a piece of shit, then so the fuck can you. Black Betty out. And hey, CK, thank you in the comments for doing the thing you're doing. And I want to say hi to Ernestine. I want to say hi to Haya. I want to say hi to Marla. Thank you guys for all being here. We got, let's see. That's everybody I can see right now. All right, you guys. Good night. Mwah.